What's up, everybody? This is Maya Rupert, and welcome back to Big Structural Chats. Today, I'm really excited to have a really fun conversation with Congresswoman Deb Haaland from District 1 in New Mexico. And, do we want to stop for a second? So let's start off and actually talk about your victory and really the blue wave of 2018, which was really exciting for a lot of reasons. But one in particular is I think we saw a lot of women get out, run, and win.
I've never dreamed about running for Congress. It just kind of happened because the seat opened up. I am a 35th generation New Mexican. I am really baked in to our community in New Mexico, so I felt like I knew what a lot of people were experiencing there. You know, part of it was we had never had a Native American woman in Congress prior to myself and Sharice Davids from Kansas. So I just felt like maybe that was something New Mexicans might want to, to do.
Absolutely.
Is elect the first Native American woman to Congress.
One of the things that's always strikes me, the way people talk about so-called sort of identity politics and the way people talk about their identity. There's this idea that identity politics, when we talk explicitly about race and gender and just different communities that we're members of, that it's divisive. But what strikes me in what you're describing is that's such an inclusive and unifying theme that's running through it. It's you're sort of, talking explicitly about your family's experience and your identity, but you're doing it in a way that's that is inclusive and brings people in. Did it feel like that was something that could bring people together?
You want to instill trust in the communities, and I think it helps when you have folks who look like the people who are answering the doors, right? People want to see themselves, right? They want to know that they are being heard.
Yeah.
And anyone who cries identity politics has probably always been represented in those spaces.
Yes.
Right? And so if you've never been represented, if you've never seen yourself, then it makes it more difficult.
I love that point. I do think so many times that when people call something identity politics, typically their identity is just baked into what we think of as politics. So
they never have to worry about being represented.
Right. And I think that's such a critical point. It's that it's the way that you make someone feel connected to a campaign, right? It's that you open the door and you see someone who looks like you. The assumptions you make is that, okay, this candidate is somebody who's clearly talking to my community and talking about my community.
Exactly. I just believe very strongly that Native Americans, any underrepresented community, should have a say in who our elected officials are. We absolutely deserve to have a voice in those politics. We need to be inclusive about what we're doing.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about women and if women can win. I think there's a specter of a question that is still hanging over us. If 2018, it felt like we put that question to bed, but clearly we didn't. Because we saw across the country in 2018, women ran and they won, right?
Absolutely. Elizabeth is one too.
Yes.
She beat an incumbent male Republican when she first won her U.S. Senate seat. Women can win, and women have won, and women will win.
Absolutely. Yes. Do you think that question is complicated running at somebody like Donald Trump?
What difference does it make if he's running against a man or a woman? To him, it's not going to make a difference, is what I'm talking about. He's going to attack who's ever in front of him. And so we might as well have the candidate who is smarter, who works harder, who is wittier, who is funnier, who is more compassionate than he is, and that person is Elizabeth Warren. The plans that she has in her agenda, they will help everyone, Democrats, Republicans, Independents. She knows exactly what our country needs. She is inclusive of our entire country, and she is ready to bring our country together.